Hola amigos, soy Alejandro. Welcome to KeySpanish. And in today's video, you are going to learn about 13 verbs that can trip up many students. Sometimes the translation from English is confusing or the verbs in Spanish have different meanings. So let's get to it. Vamos. But I'm not just going to give you the answers right away. No. KeySpanish is not a lazy-friendly channel. Remember, no seas vago. So participate with me. I'm going to ask you if the sentence is correct or if you can translate something, because if you think about it first and then are presented with the answer, you will learn it much better. So be proactive, pause the video if you need more time to think, but remember, just work with me here. Let's see this sentence first. Mi teléfono no trabaja, tengo que llevarlo a la tienda. Is this sentence correct? Sergio wants to say, my phone doesn't work, I had to take it to the store. It is not correct. No trabaja will not be the verb we would use here. Which would be the right verb? Do you know? Mi teléfono no funciona. No funciona. Tengo que llevarlo a la tienda. And that's because to work is trabajar when referring to employment or labor. Like Sergio trabaja en una escuela. Sergio works at a school. But when you refer to mechanical devices or systems that they are not functioning properly, then you would say, no puedo estudiar, el ordenador no funciona. Can't study, the computer doesn't work. So to work, as in function, is funcionar. Let's look at another example. This one is quite a bit more tricky. So the woman is asking, ¿puedes los documentos de contabilidad? Claro, no hay problema. What will be the right verb here? ¿Puedes llevar los documentos de contabilidad o puedes traer los documentos de contabilidad? Bueno, we mean here to bring, so we need to say puedes traer los documentos. Students get confused by llevar and traer because in English you use bring and take quite interchangeably. You don't make this distinction as clearly as we make it in Spanish. So it's important to use traer when an object is being brought towards the speaker's location. So in this sense, home, John has the documents home and has to bring them to this woman that is asking for them to the office. Then she would ask him to traer los documentos. Okay? But we would say that John lleva los documentos a la oficina. With llevar, we mentioned that the speaker brings or takes something or someone from the current location to another location. Okay? So the woman asks, ¿puedes traer los documentos? And then John lleva los documentos. Let's continue looking at some verbs that you may have trouble with. And let's try translating this sentence now. I didn't realize what time it is. I have to go. I didn't realize what time it is. I have to go. Okay, I'm going to give you almost a full sentence except the verb we're trying to learn here. I didn't realize. No me había. ¿Qué hora es? Me tengo que ir. I have to go. Can you complete this sentence? Well, it would be no me había dado cuenta de qué hora es. This is a bit tricky. But what I want you to be careful with is not to use realizar when you mean to realize, as in to discover something. Okay? Realizar in Spanish is to carry out or to perform a certain task. Like, realizaron el experimento con éxito. They performed the experiment successfully. That's to realize. But to become aware of something is, in Spanish, darse cuenta de algo. For example, a veces no me doy cuenta de lo guapo que soy. Sometimes I don't realize how handsome I am. I'm sorry, it just happens. I forget. So remember, don't use realizar when you mean to become aware of. Use darse cuenta de, and with the preposition de. A quick recap, remember trabajar and funcionar, different verbs to say to work. Use funcionar when you mean a system or device is not working or it's working properly, as in to function. And then llevar, to bring something to a place, and traer is to bring something to the speaker that is asking for it. So, ¿me puedes traer los documentos? Can you bring me the documents? And now we have just seen to realize, in Spanish, to become aware, darse cuenta, and realizar, to carry out or perform a certain task. So let's continue with a few more verbs. La semana pasada no pude a clase. Estaba enferma. She wants to say that last week I was unable to attend class. I was sick. How would you say to attend in this context? It would be asistir. Asistir a clase. Estaba enferma. Do not use atender to attend as into a lesson or somewhere you need to go. Atender in Spanish is to look after someone or to attend to someone, which is different than to just attend. So to look after would be, hoy tengo que atender a mi abuela, está enferma. Today I have to look after my grandmother, she is sick. And to attend to would be, atiendo a los estudiantes personalmente, like I pay attention to them personally. I attend to the students personally. But as we said, to attend as in to assist, it would be asistir. Asisto a clases de español todos los días. I attend Spanish classes every day. So atender and asistir, different uses. Let's look at a couple more. Sara quiere su trabajo. Su sueldo es muy bajo. Sara wants to quit her job. Her salary is too low. How would you say to quit su trabajo? Don't say quitar, okay? It's not quitar su trabajo, which is something I hear a lot. What would be the right one? It would be dejar su trabajo. Su sueldo es muy bajo. Quitar, it is to remove or to take something away. Like, no puedo quitar esta mancha. I cannot remove this stain. But it's not to quit. To leave or drop out of a job or studies is dejar. Like, voy a dejar la universidad. Quiero ser YouTuber. I'm going to drop out of college. I want to be a YouTuber. So, quitar, to remove, to quit a job, studies, would be dejar. And I'm going to give you an extra verb here, which is quite similar to the one what we just discussed, dejar, as in to drop out, which is abandonar, also used to mean cease an activity. Like, eres muy inteligente, no abandones los estudios. You are very smart, don't drop out of school. So I would say dejar los estudios o abandonar los estudios, and it would be similar. But abandonar can have also other meanings, like to leave a person behind. Abandonar a tu marido fue una buena idea. Leaving your husband was a good idea. So you can abandon someone. And in sports, abandonar means to withdraw or to retire during a race or during a competition. Like Nadal se lesionó y tuvo que abandonar. Nadal was injured and had to withdraw from the competition. And let's look at the last pair of verbs that may be confusing you. ¿Has mirado a Jacinto esta semana? Have you seen Jacinto this week? Is this the correct translation of the sentence? Well, I'm sure you probably know it's not. It's not has mirado. To see someone in this context would not be the verb mirar. What verb would it be? Has seen would be visto. Has visto a Jacinto. And ver and mirar are the verbs that cause confusion. But mirar is to look at or to watch, as in to deliberately and intentionally seeing something. Like, mírame a los ojos cuando te hablo. Look at me in the eyes when I talk to you. But ver is using the sense of sight unintentionally, with the exception, that's important, of TVs and movies. So you could ver una película or ver la televisión, and that's an intentional act, but we would use the verb ver. However, you would say, hoy he visto a Carlos en el gimnasio. Today I saw Carlos at the gym. Unless you are looking at someone intentionally, like a bit of a weirdo, then you say ver a alguien, not mirar a alguien. So those were all the verbs I wanted to share with you in today's lesson. I hope now you have the distinction more clear with this ver and mirar and llevar, traer, and you don't use verbs like trabajar o funcionar out of context, atender, asistir. And if you found the lesson useful, please dale a me gusta. It's gratis. It's free. And if you want to continue clearing up some confusions, you can watch next my video on the difference between ir and irse, voy and me voy. That's it for today. Thank you. Soy Alejandro de KeySpanish y nos vemos en clase.